This is how you deconstruct your Robot Coupe CL50. First, remove your exactor tubes. Next, you want to take out your hinge pin. Now you lift off your motor head. If there's a blade inside, you can turn it, lift off carefully, always hold it underneath for safety. Last, your ejection plate. The Robot Coupe's now ready for cleaning. Now to set up your Robot Coupe machine, start with your ejection plate. Next, your motor head. Always make sure to maintain the hinge to hinge basis. Next, your hinge pin. Exactor tube. If you're loading the disc, so, some of the common reasons why your Robot Coupe CL50 is not working correctly. So firstly, you may have inserted the wrong disc. So, when you place the disc inside, if you do not get a clean line, the Robot Coupe machine cannot close and it cannot work, okay? Additionally, if you haven't aligned the security lock, it will not work. There's no power because there's a sensor here which connects to the machine, which turns the machine on. Within the Robot Coupe, there's 3 sensors. One is here, one is here, and one lies inside the machine here for safety. So that is the safety feature, okay? Additionally, you want to consider your power supply. Every now and again, you want to check the plug is clean, dry, and safe. You want to ensure there's no splits, no cracks in the cable, and no threading. This can also lead to problems with power functioning. Common reasons why your Robot Coupe CL50 is not cutting correctly. So, firstly, you want to make sure you've got the correct disc. You want to ensure that there's a clean seal all the way around the edge, okay? So you place your produce inside the machine. And you want to get nicely thin sliced spring onions. That's no good. What we want to achieve is correctly sliced spring onions. That's what you want to achieve. So, to prevent issues with different sized vegetables coming out and incorrect cuts, it's very important to note not to apply too much pressure on the pusher plate. Okay, we're going to give you a little example with some cabbage. We have a 5mm slicer inside the machine. So we place the cabbage in safely, and then don't do this, just do this. So what we're going to do now, we're going to highlight the benefit of the CL50 Ready pack with the variety, some of the discs that come within that pack. So the first one we're going to do is some 5mm slicing. Make sure we correctly load it into the machine. And then we carefully place the vegetable inside. And we get nice sliced beetroot. Secondly, we're going to showcase grating. So you again load the machine in safely, check you've got a clean line, place in your product, press the grate. Finally, we're going to use the dicing grid. So this grid is loaded in together. You want to connect here to here. preload your cavity. Green to go. So now this is one of the additional benefits of the dicing equipment and the cleaning ability we have. This is what we call the Easy Clean Express. You take out, for example, your 10 grid Dyson grid, lock it into position, the rubber feet stick to the stainless steel bench, then you place the lid over. You've got number 1, 2, 3 and 4, which is a good clear indicator. There we go. It's the bench, highlighting the noise. And the fact it's raw beetroot. So as you can see now, we roughly estimate about 200 grams of produce will be kept inside the grid. So it's very important to use the Easy Clean Express to extract this produce and therefore reduce food waste. Okay, so the cleaning process for a CL50, first and foremost, remove the power. So take the power away. Removing the motor head, take out your hinge pin. Carefully lift off your motor head and place that in the sink. Now you want to take away your ejection plate. And for this stage, first and foremost, take the last of your food out of the machine. This just helps with the washing up process. Now you've got antibacterial spray. And then keep a bucket of warm soapy water directly below the machine so that the water gets captured back in. The machine is very waterproof inside this position, so there's no concern about water entering the insides of the machine. They're all well sealed and well protected. Once you finish that, take your cloth, give it a good dry out, give it a final anti-bac spray. Hygienically safe to start re-preparing food again. And it's really as simple as that. So now we're going to use the Robot Coupe CL50. So as you see, we carefully load the potatoes. One of the key things to note here, you do not need to apply a lot of pressure. So, as you can see, by hand, by Robot Coupe, I estimate that's roughly 90% more productivity. Now the other thing to look at is, by hand, consistency of cuts. By Robot Coupe, consistency of cuts. So you can see not only is it nearly 10 times faster, it's a lot more consistent as well. This is exactly 10 mil by 10 mil. Now we're going to prepare some tomatoes, but we're going to use the Robot Coupe Easy Box. So to use this application, we need to remove the ejection plate, place the box inside. For tomatoes, we strongly recommend a 5mm slicing blade for sandwich tomatoes, paninis, salads. It's just the perfect size to increase the lifespan of the tomato. Now this box can hold up to 9 tomatoes, so we want to place them in side by side, root facing down. And now the beauty is we can stack 9 tomatoes in this machine. Probably get a few more in, but I know the box only takes 9. Okay, so now you won't see the tomatoes coming out. And you can see it's little to no effort whatsoever. Okay, look inside, it's nice and clean, and you've got a full box of prepared tomatoes. Now what I like to talk about and highlight is consistency. So allow me to show you this consistency. Perfect 5mm slice every time. And I'll repeat that. Perfect 5mm slices every single time with Robot Coupe. So now we're going to show you what we call the easy stacker. So again, we can remove the ejection plate, pop in the base for the automatic easy stacker. So that sits inside. We place our disc on top. Look for the nice clean close. And then we place the tomato to the inside wall. Put the lid over. And obviously with a little bit more lubrication, we get a nicely stacked tomato straight into a container, ready for chef's mise en place. So again, you can just process these through one at a time. Keep your prep going. So you imagine you're a sandwich shop, Press a Manger, Subway, high street brand. This offers the perfect sandwich shop solution. So we're going to make a really quick 60-second Robot Coupe coleslaw. One of the most important parts of this is do not put too much pressure on the machine. And then we quickly change the disc, pop in the grating disc, pop that back down. Now we want to make the grate size longer, we put them in vertically instead. Or we can just increase the speed. A really large batch of very fine. I can mix this up quickly. Dry coleslaw mix, just add mayonnaise. And I strongly recommend using a nice homemade vegan mayonnaise using Aqua. It's a fabulous healthy option compared to your regular mayonnaise. So we've just made some lovely tomato puree. Now you can see the immersion blender is nice and dirty. This is the correct way to clean your immersion blender. Hot soapy water, don't leave your sponge in there. Give it a good spin off like that. Second step, isolate the power, turn it upside to the side. You can remove the bell nice and safely. This goes to one side, and then you look inside your bell, use your sponge. Don't put your fingers too close to it. Give it a good clean. Make sure it's nice and clean inside. And then with a nice clean tea towel, give it a wash. And you're ready to go again. So that is it's that simple to clean. So with the shaft, just make sure it's been sanitized. So again, strongly recommend a food safe antibacterial sanitizer. Give it a spray, anti-bac food safe, give it a wipe over. Now here's a very important part here. This is the rubber seal. That must always be left in place. Okay, you place the bell back on, turn it around, lock it in, completed.